Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am doing a collective reading and energy update. So I have to say that I really don't know what's going to come out of today's reading. I haven't really received any downloads or information in advance, so I'm just going to free flow with the energy of the reading. So while I'm shuffling, if you would like to contribute your own energetic frequency to that collective energy and channel a more specific message from the reading, I do recommend liking the video and also subscribing to the channel. By liking and subscribing, these are forms of energy transfer, and this allows me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for your situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the Divine Feminine. Now, of course, do keep in mind these labels, Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, are just labels to describe energy. They don't connect with any particular gender necessarily. I do use the pronouns he, him, and she, her, respectively, when I'm referring to the masculine and the feminine energies. But the reason I use these words is because it makes it more clear and easy to determine throughout the reading whether I'm referring to the divine masculine or the divine feminine. But again, these energies are actually existing simultaneously within all of us. We all have a balance of masculine and feminine energy and essence. So you might apply these messages to your internal divine masculine or divine feminine. You might also apply the messages to an external relationship, connection, environment, or situation. So with that being said, what does the divine feminine need to know? Right away, we have the appreciation card in the upright position. So right now on your journey, Divine Feminine, the main theme is really strengthening your sense of self-love, becoming really grounded and centered within yourself, within your own body, within your own energy field. I'm hearing being able to determine what is yours and what is other, what is someone else's, energetically speaking. And as someone who is highly empathic, I'm getting the number 313 for someone as well. You have been one who may have in childhood or early adulthood had difficulty sorting through what energy was actually yours and what was coming from someone else. And I'm getting that at this current stage of your soul's evolution, you are really coming into a sense of connection with yourself that is allowing you to set those stronger energetic boundaries with others. Now, I'm also seeing Divine Feminine that on your heart space, you've been sensing for a long time that as you do cultivate this self-love, you are beginning to become very unconditionally loving towards others as well. Because as I often say, self-love carries an identical frequency to that unconditional love emanated outwards. So when we love ourselves more deeply, we naturally emanate a stronger signal of love towards others as well. And I'm getting that you are really standing in that vibration of unconditional love, again, getting there through self-love. And in doing so, you are actually magnetizing in a healed, awakened, divine masculine counterpart energy. Now, For some of you, this could be you harmonizing a particular connection to a masculine that's already in your life. This could be someone that you're already with romantically, that you know from your past, someone that you're speaking to. This also could be an entirely new masculine energy that you are aligning with or attracting into your life. But however this resonates with you, I'm seeing that through self-love, you have raised the frequency of your being so that you are naturally blocking out any lower vibrational energies. They're no longer able to connect with you in the same way, either romantically or platonically, while at the same time you are magnetizing in this beautiful, harmonious, sacred union with an awakened, healed, open, divine masculine counterpart. Now, I'm getting that for some of you, it might not be entirely evident who exactly this masculine energy is or is going to be. In fact, and this is a specific download for a few people, but for some listening, you may be dating, you may have multiple masculine energies in your life that you are dating or seeing. And this could include even people that you haven't spoken to in a long time, people from your past, someone who might be coming in the future. Different options when it comes to moving forward in love and relationship. But I'm hearing that if this is the case, it's as though you are allowing that aligning process to unfold naturally. You are letting the masculine energies in your life show you who they are, reveal their true colors over the course of time, while keeping focused on self-love, maintaining that frequency of unconditional love, and allowing the highest vibrational available form of divine love connection to align with you in the physical world. Now, of course, this requires a great deal of surrender and trust. And I'm getting that at times, Divine Feminine, you might find yourself discouraged because the way that you are living your life or the way you are approaching something in your life, whether it's love, work, relationships, feels like it's very unconventional. It's a way of surrender, a way of releasing control, moving with the flow of your life. And society doesn't understand perhaps why you are choosing to go about living your life or approaching your friendships or your relationships or your work in this way. So at times I'm picking up that it might be tempting to you to go back into old patterns or dynamics of trying to push things into place, of trying to control, of trying to set specific timelines or attach yourself to certain outcomes, with the woman holding a coin in the reverse position. But I'm seeing that although this isn't always a linear healing process, you are, over the course of time, releasing those dynamics within yourself, releasing those limiting belief systems and patterns, many of which are generational curses that were passed down through your maternal line, specifically through other feminine energies that came before you in your family's line. And when I refer to generational curses, what I'm really speaking to here are those limiting belief systems, those patterns of thought that create energetic blockages that are then taught subconsciously to the next generation and passed on and on and on through a family line until someone decides to analyze and become conscious of that subconscious pattern, to do the work to release it, and in doing so, to break the curse. And I'm getting that you, Divine Feminine, are that curse breaker. I'm getting the word tired as well. So You might at times feel exhausted from this work of being the one who is releasing all of these lower vibrational patterns, being the generational curse breaker. But here we have the card, I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. And I'm actually going to read a little bit from the guidebook here as well. I feel that there is a message for us here. There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now, when you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny. Only through saying yes, the fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. I'm hearing black sheep of a family, so you may be one divine feminine who, in saying yes to your soul, in choosing your destiny life over the fated life, as the guidebook here references, you may be really going against the grain here, and you may have always felt like others were against you, were judging you. There may have even been others who gossiped about you because of the choices you made or the way you chose to live your life so differently from others. But know that this is because your choice to surrender with bravery to your soul's higher plan is illuminating the fears and self-doubts within others. It's illuminating to them with terrifying consciousness the moments in their past when they said no to their soul's destiny, when they went along with what their parents or what the crowd or what society wanted them to do, instead of following that pull in their soul, instead of pursuing what they really felt a passion for in life. And I see that because you've had this courage and bravery, you are going to experience tremendous success in your life. In fact, for many of you, you may be on the brink of this, or this may be something you've already begun to experience. But regardless of how much success you feel that you've had in this life, or perhaps not seen physically thus far, know that greater and greater success is coming, because I'm seeing that this is a reflection of your energy and your choice to bravely embody the energy of what you want to attract, instead of unconsciously taking on whatever energies others project onto you. I just get this sense of deep empowerment as I read into your energy field, Divine Feminine. I feel that you are really learning to stand your ground, learning to take back your heart in a powerful way, with woman holding a heart upright. And this is really amplifying your manifestation ability, because we have the 1111 card, the cornucopia card, coming out here. Now, I do want to channel more information about the sacred union that you are attracting into your life. So I'm going to be reshuffling the cards to channel that now. But I want to let you know that in the extended version of this reading on Patreon, I will be sharing more information from your spirit guides and your higher self, any other messages you might need to know at this time about your current life path. So the link to the extended Patreon reading, which is in our beautiful soul tribe on Patreon, is in the pinned comment and description box under the video for those of you who feel guided to it. So right away, regarding this sacred union connection that is beautifully aligning, I'm hearing it's aligning with your frequency of self-love. It's aligning with your energy of unconditional love, which, whoa, I just got a download for someone. This inherently also means, Divine Feminine, anytime you feel yourself needing to step out of self-love, needing to step out of unconditional love, anytime you find yourself wanting to close your heart out of fear or control when you're connecting with another person, especially romantically. This means that you are attempting to step out of your alignment to attract or connect with something that isn't truly aligned with you at a soul level, at least not at this moment in time. You are really being guided to confidently stay in your center because you've learned how to do that through the last several months or years that many of you divine feminines have been spending in a hermit mode, in isolation, learning to really develop and amplify your core soul frequency to solidify that connection with your innermost self. Now you are learning how to reconnect with others, with the world, but to maintain that center, to maintain that authentic frequency. And what you are finding, either platonically or romantically, is that not everyone is willing to meet you there in unconditional love, in surrender, in trust, in openness. And when someone isn't willing to meet you there, it's because there are parts of themselves they are not ready to meet. And it has nothing to do with you. You, divine feminine, for your part, are being guided to remember to not take it personally when someone cannot meet you where you are, because again, it only means that they haven't been able to go that deep yet with themselves. And in fact, for many souls, they may not even intend to go that deep with themselves in this particular incarnation. They may have chosen as a soul to live more on the surface. And of course, there's nothing wrong with making that choice, but also it renders them an unequal, unbalanced connection when it comes to connecting with someone who has as much depth as you do. So you might be seeing this theme show up platonically when you connect with new people, when you begin to open yourself and your heart, and then perhaps feel rejected in some way or feel unseen, feel misunderstood. This also could come up romantically if you are someone who is out in the dating world or connecting with different masculine energies. You may feel as though you begin to open yourself in your heart to someone, and the other person is still wanting to play games or wanting to close parts of themselves off to you because they are afraid of what you illuminate within them. And in those moments, you are being reminded to stay in your power. I know I keep emphasizing this, but this is really important for many divine feminines listening, because your light at this time is being shared in a real-time, more 3D conscious way with many others on the planet in a way that might be a little bit new for you or a little bit uncomfortable for you, because again, you are emerging out of a phase where you very much kept to yourself, where you were in that cocoon, in that hermit phase. And as you emerge from that and you begin to share more of yourself with the world, with others, you begin to reintroduce yourself to the world, as we've been saying. Again, you're going to find that you will attract and repel with equal strength what is either aligned with you or what is out of alignment with you. Now, I do see with the card trust, transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Surrender is a major theme, particularly in your love life at this time, divine feminine, because there may have been many things that occurred in your life, or specifically in your romantic connections, that you may not understand why they had to happen. This card says you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. And I feel that once again, your guides are really stepping in here to say, trust the things that didn't work out. Trust the people who may have caused, or I should say, trust that whatever left your life because it caused you pain or because it wasn't aligned with you, left your life because it is making space for something better, something more healed and more aligned to come in. Now, sometimes that new, more healed, more aligned thing coming in can actually come through the same physical person. It could be them in their healed energy. But I just feel the major theme for Divine Feminine at this time is to trust even when, and actually especially when, things seem to make no sense to the conscious, logical mind. So, wow, very powerful spiritual messages coming through for you, Divine Feminine. So in the extended version of the reading, I am going to be channeling more into any energies I sense that may be attached to you. So anyone who might be thinking of you or feeling something about you very heavily that you might be picking up on subconsciously, empathically at this time, or that might be energetically impacting you in some way. So if you are feeling guided to hear those extended messages, the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box. But for now, I want to connect with the divine masculine energy. So this may relate to your internal divine masculine. It also could connect with an external divine masculine or someone you've been interacting with externally. Here we have the Queen of Wands. Wow, the word really standing out on this card is magnetic. And I feel a lot of energy coming from this card. I feel like someone is feeling a sense of excitement about you, Divine Feminine. There's a divine masculine coming through here who sees you as confident, grounded, but also highly magnetic. I feel like this, for some of you, could be someone from your past, someone that is seeing you in a new light because they are seeing how much you have transformed into this queen energy, or rather how much all of those layers that were not you have been peeled back to reveal the queen that you've always been. This may not necessarily be someone from your past, however. This also could be someone new in your life or someone coming into your life who just sees you as a very emotionally mature person. They see you as someone who is very emotionally self-aware, in control of themselves, and they find this highly magnetic. However, this divine masculine with Ace of Swords reversed is feeling a little bit of self-doubt when it comes to connecting with you, because this Ace of Swords reversed is sitting on this sacral chakra. I feel like they're struggling with some kind of insecurity. They may feel as though you are someone who is really in this magnetic energy, really in your power and your confidence, whereas they feel as though they are really losing momentum or having trouble picking up momentum, particularly when it comes to possibly their work or financial situation. So there could be a masculine here who is feeling as though they're losing momentum in the workplace, or just feeling bored, feeling uninspired, whereas they see you as someone who is very passionate about what you do, whether it's something you do creatively, something you do at work. And I see them wanting to be an equal partner with you, wanting to match your passion. But at this time, although they're feeling this excitement about you as a person and about the idea, the daydream of your connection within themselves, they seem to be struggling with a lot of, again, insecurity and even some sadness. I feel like many things have changed in this masculine's life, and they find themselves at times focusing on the negative aspects of those changes within themselves or their life. This very much feels like someone who has gone through a recent ego death as a result of a spiritual awakening. And of course, during this ego death, they're feeling so much of themselves and their life being deconstructed. I also feel that they may be very isolated. I'm seeing something about video games that might be very specific, but there could be a masculine who plays video games or who games or uses a computer very often by himself. but doesn't really feel a true sense of social connection with others at this time. They also could be feeling a disconnect with their own family. There may be some family dysfunction, or this could be someone who feels as though they're in some type of unhappy home life situation. It seems like something about their living situation might be bringing them some unhappiness or some sense of instability. So for some of them, it could be that if they're in a karmic marriage or living with a karmic partner, they're feeling really unhappy. There's a lot of dysfunction here. I'm hearing homeless, like this person almost feels like they're homeless emotionally, even if they have a physical home with another person or with a roommate or by themselves. They feel like they don't have a true home emotionally. And they're really daydreaming about having that kind of warmth at home. I'm hearing having someone loving and caring to come home to, someone who's a real partner and equal to them. We have the moon in the upright position. So this really represents this person's subconscious mind. I feel like this person, this masculine, has been receiving a lot of information subconsciously about you, divine feminine. So this could be through dreams, this could be through telepathy, this might be through their intuition. I'm just picking up that they're receiving a lot of signs about you that are pushing them to communicate with you, because this is sitting on the throat chakra. I feel that this masculine is so tired of feminine energies that come up as the Queen of Swords reversed. This could be people that they've dated in the past. It could be even a karmic relationship in their life currently. Could be a mother figure, a friend. But I feel like they've encountered many karmic feminine energies represented by this Queen of Swords reversed. People who they inherently feel are very materialistic, are very much negative in spirit, are very frequently gossiping or speaking ill of others, and they inherently haven't connected very recently with a feminine energy that they feel they can truly trust. But when they look at you, they see someone who is so uniquely open-hearted and pure-hearted. They see you as someone who truly has a warmth about you that they've discovered is very rare to find through, again, either connecting platonically with other karmic feminines or possibly romantically for some of them. And there is really the desire here with 3 of Wands reversed to end this long journey, metaphorically speaking, of connecting with these feminines that, again, they feel inherently they can't trust or can't allow close to them. And this desire to come back, to settle down fully with someone like you. I keep wanting to say to come full circle. So for some of you, this could be someone that you've connected with in the past. This could be a soulmate, a twin flame, someone that you may have dated or romantically connected with at some point in time who is really wanting to re-enter your life or rekindle things with you because they've been really tired of their life, the way that their life has been since the two of you may have physically disconnected. But for others of you, this could be someone new or someone relatively new in your life. So do take this as it connects with you personally. Now, in the extended version of the reading, I will be channeling more into this masculine's thoughts and feelings, as well as what has been communicated to them subconsciously, either intuitively, telepathically, or through dreams, and how that might be pushing them to communicate something to you in the physical worlds. And all of that extended information will be in the Patreon reading, which is linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. But for now, I am going to be pulling one final Rumi Oracle card to close the reading. And this card is the Cloak of Christ. So I'm just going to read a message from the guidebook here to close the reading. In the school of humanity, you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne, and teach the angels the nature of the divine, Rumi. And the guidebook also says, you are tired, beloved. Your soul has been ravaged, inside and out. You are succumbing to struggle that is not karmic or necessary, but a symptom of fatigue and weariness of heart, mind, body, and soul. That which plagues you, whether something specific or a general nagging malaise, or anxiety which you cannot quite pin down, is not as powerful as you fear. Can you allow yourself to take refuge in this knowledge? Unconditional love for you is a safe space, a place to fall into when you are struggling. It is a sacred container for your healing process, an energetic field that is stronger and more enduring than even the greatest fears or doubts. The purpose of this sacred container is to provide you with a feeling of being held, especially for those times when you are feeling that you cannot hold yourself. Sometimes we just need permission to break down, to really let go, to come apart and be dissembled so that we can break through, be lifted up, and come together in a new, more spiritually coherent and loving form to move forward. So I'm going to go ahead and close the reading there. If you are feeling resonance with the reading today and you are guided to join me in the extended version on Patreon, the link to that is under the video. Also, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Magnetize Yourself, and you can download my Sound and Soulful Subliminals app to access subliminals to deeply reprogram your subconscious mind and align your energy with your desires, which can assist you in really fast tracking your manifestations. The link to that app is in the description box as well. Again, thank you so much for tuning in today. I am sending you all so much love. Take care, and I will connect with you here again in the next video.